Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Prophetic News with my co-host, the medium Judith Millar.
And my co-host, Marcus Fearnoitzer.
Hello, Jude. How are you?
Hello, Marcus. How are you? I'm laughing because I will get the surname 100% at some stage. How are you?
Well, it sounds like my name, even so it is not perfect. I'm fine. How about you? How was the time between our news? Busy?
Yes, I've been very busy, but Spirit have been very busy also, as why we're here to share. But yeah, interesting. I'm looking forward to sharing this one with you. And Spirit has a lot of its revelations as well as predictions.
Okay, let us start.
Okay. So Spirit wanted to start today off with, and remember, everything that Spirit gives is true. They're opening our eyes to a lot of what we have been led to believe. So they talk about our world. When we talk about the planet Earth, we assume it's spinning. Okay, it's not turning. It's not turning, and it does not spin, Spirit said. The science of it is much more complicated, but in short, it is held in place and it is not spinning. They've just said there's more to come on that. Trust. And I think what Spirit's been doing, to be quite honest, is Spirit has been very much giving us predictions in every episode, and there's so many come true. And thank you to everybody who sends me through the validations that I miss. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to gain our trust. They're going, look, we're explaining this to you, we're showing you this is true, now we're trying to show you this is true. Okay, so they talk about the shadows. The shadows fall, change our perceptions. Rise and fall, light and dark. Mysteries were created to control minds. Time to break free, Spirit said. Time to break free. The human mind created to hide the different frequencies, time shifts, and dimensions. So I'll just continue on for now. The world will be putting on a light show soon, not of this world, skies. Also, they've said an attack is imminent on British soil and it's terrorist related. Very soon, they've just said very soon. August won't be forgotten for many reasons, pay attention. And every single episode we have done from the beginning of this, Marcus, Spirit has stayed true to the August. They've never, every August comes into every episode. So they also talk about a boat capsizing on the Atlantic Ocean. I've written fishing beside it. I don't know if you can fish. I just write past what they give me. Also, I looked this up because for some reason, the next message I was being shown, it was like a metaphor. It wasn't the actual. So they're talking about a shark's fin. And I thought, shark's fin? Then they went research. So I went and had a little look myself. And it's very interesting when you research shark fin, the spiritual meaning of a shark's fin, it coincides 100% on what Spirit is telling us. Really, really 100%. When we finish research the spiritual meaning of a shark's fin, and then think of all the messages that Spirit predictions that Spirit's giving. It's not cryptic, it's so clear. Perth, Australia will be in the news again. Again, there's more to come with Australia. The Ministry of Defence. Now, you're going to be interested in this, Marcus. The Ministry of Defence isn't telling people what's really happening. Okay? Night's bridge. Not night as in night or daylight and nighttime. Night as in the shield and sword night. That's how it's spelled. And I thought to myself, you were talking to me about something like to do with the night bridge. And I had written that down in the last episode, and I assumed they were talking about the nighttime and the bridge. But no, they're not. So again, I thought I need to check this. For some reason, I want to look at this, search it. So I put in Knight's Bridge. And what does it bring me up? Hyde Park Barracks, Army, Military Intelligence. Mm-hmm. And again, I could not have told you that. But Knight's Bridge, it makes perfect sense with the message. So if we listen to the message again, Ministry of Defence isn't telling people what's really happening. Knight's Bridge. Now, if I hadn't went and checked that, people would listen to this message and go, that's very cryptic. It's not. It's not cryptic in any way. They've gave the message about the Ministry of Defence, and when you Google the Knight's Bridge, it takes you to the Ministry of Defence, Hyde Park Barracks. So Spirit are really putting out playing there. There is no cryptic in it. It's just, do we put the time and effort in to actually go and understand the message? Armband, remembrance, nation and mourning. This is to come. This isn't anything that's happened now or just happened. This is to come. Gated community. This is really interesting. And I'm starting to understand a lot of the messages that we thought were a bit cryptic. Each time they're getting clearer and clearer. So the gated community, hiding, dash, I've written USA. I've also written German connection. And then I've written Madeleine McCann. Are you seeing the bigger picture now? Okay. So Spirit talked about children appearing and the children who have been lost and disappeared, and more were going to be found. Then in the last episode, Spirit talked about celebrities. It's all the truth is unraveling, okay? And they also talk about, the children go missing, the pedophilia, all the big secrets. So the gated communities is usually only the rich and powerful. The gated communities in America is usually celebrities or the rich and powerful. And the German connection is Madeleine McCann. Spirit told me in the previous episodes, Madeleine McCann was taken to order. She is still alive. And they talked about Mexico. And
Wait, here we have maybe to explain, especially for me, because I don't watch TV, I don't have TV the last 20 years. Who is this person? It is a British person or from the United States?
She is.
Remember, we are international as well, German audience.
This is international. Everybody knows about Madeleine McCann. You need a TV. Everybody knows about Madeleine McCann. It's the biggest high-profile case of a child going missing 18 years ago. She went missing in Portugal while her parents were in the restaurant opposite where they were sleeping, and there has been investigators, there have been police. They've never been able to find her. They've did all these different searches, but they do have a German man in custody who they believe was involved in her abduction. They also have another man now that has come forward and said that this man apparently they shared conversations, but I never put the two and two together until today, because I haven't investigated it. I do cold cases, but I haven't investigated this. And the German connection is the German gentleman who they believe is involved. But I have to say, she's still alive, and Mexico is really important. But the gated community in USA, it's all linked. It's all interlinked. There's my fur baby coming in now. So that's what I want to say is look at the bigger picture. When we're giving these messages, I don't think people are realizing, if we stop and think, they're giving more and more and more every time. And the gated community in America is usually the rich and powerful, and is the celebrities. They did bring in the celebrities last episode. We have talked about Madeleine McCann. So again, they're putting all the links together. Okay. And they literally just said to me, she's still alive. But there was a connection here with the gated communities in USA and Mexico, and I want to say around the world. So yes, it is a well-known case. It is a young British girl. She would be 20, 21 now or something like that. I haven't researched it, but she's still alive. She's not dead. So Chinese 5 spies caught. And I know in the news recently there was either 1 or 2 were caught through again the Ministry of Defence. I'm just smiling because we're going back to the Ministry of Defence. They're telling me 5, so I assume there'll be a total of 5 caught. Tsunamis coming, not expected, Caribbean. Now, if anybody remembers I think it was going back to episode 1, we talked about the 7 seals and how it had begun. The second seal is nearing. So the Spirit are saying we're nearing the second seal now, very soon. Yes, they've just said. So we are all puppets on a string. And this leads into the next ones in a minute, the last big revelation. They talk about a bank raid, armed robbery, Amsterdam attacks, city walls come crumbling down. Now, the next message they talked about links into that we are all puppets on a string. And it's quite a big message. So nothing is black and white. Everything in the world, in your world, is created. Those with power are the designers. Take back your power. Take back your own control. Take back your world. Everything you see is a reflection of the mind. Those with power use us as their tools for their designs, and our minds create it. It is all about the ebb and flow of life. Balance. Your world needs to gain that balance. No levels, no tiers of different levels, only balance. Together, you can create the balance, just like those with power have been creating the unbalance. The more you all raise the vibration of your planet, the more you are taking away their control. Replace fear with knowledge. Find inner peace. Accept yourself, ourselves, for who we are. Love thy neighbour. Work as one, not as separates. The collective love will prevail. That was Spirit. Yeah. And that's what we finish on.
Yes.
Powerful
I think
message.
it's a powerful message. It makes you think about your whole life. And I was every time proud to say, I don't watch TV, I don't read the news. Do you know? It makes the world quieter. And you focus on this, what is important, what you can do to make this world to a better place. Because we are exposed to situations, they want to have us in this kind of situations. And the biggest propaganda tool was the last 70 years, the television and the radio and the news.
But you know what's even better now, Marcus? It's went to a different level than the TV. I can feel my voice going, so I feel like spirits wanting to come forward. If they do, I'll just let them. The difference, and it's getting much worse now, is you have Alexas, you have Google Dots, I think that's what you call them, and people have them connected to their TVs and different things, and they're recording your conversations. They're actually recording everything people are talking about. Even your phones, the electric cars, they track you every journey. When you think about it in the grand scale, your mobile phones, your TVs, your accessories, your cars, every single thing is controlled. It's their designs, and we create. They're 100% right.
Yeah, we have to come back to basics.
Yeah.
When you and me were in our childhood, there was no handy, there was no fax, there was no Netflix, and we had not a bad life. We had a good life, a quiet life. It doesn't mean people they had a heart attack or something like this. I'm wondering nowadays only why they had it, because this time was much more quiet. You weren't as much observed like nowadays, like you mentioned. From every single side, we have listeners. We have listeners, and we accept it.
Yeah, and we accept it. Even the apps we use, a lot of the apps, Spirit talked in one of the other episodes about one of different apps. They record your mobile phones nowadays. They have your height, your weight, your name, your eye color, what?
Your bank account number.
Yeah, your bank account number, your address. They have everything. And I remember, yes, when we were growing up, we didn't have any of that stuff. And we had our imagination. We had the innocence of a child. And we got to use that. Nowadays, children aren't using that. Nowadays, children are being controlled by technology. And as you were talking about the technology, Spirit also said, remember what happened before with the technology.
It was from the military. All what had the military before, 30 years after it, it was a common public people developed to that we can use it all. But the roots, it came every time from the military. Candy was not on the market for you and me.
No.
From the beginning, it was from the militaries. Internet, military. So basically, nowadays, do you know, we felt more like creators in earlier times. In our childhood, we were playing, we were doing, and. Nowadays, kids, they feel exposed to a dangerous world. And they try to hide in video games to escape.
Yes, but the difference is we're creators now. We were creators then. The difference being is technology wasn't there. The designs, the programs, the technology, it's the designers, it's the elites, It's how they grab you. So when, yes, we were creators as we were children, but I can remember playing hide and seek. I can remember playing Knick Knock Run. I can remember just being out in nature, walking the fields, playing in the waterfalls. You know, we were creating. You know, you played just childlike games. Children nowadays, they are creating, but not through their innocence. They're creating what's been designed for them. We're creating what has been designed for us as adults, and that's fear, control, financial control, medical control. Here, I don't know now around the world, but I know, you know, they have this system here where you link your doctors and your hospitals and your appointments, and you know, people can just go on and go, oh, Marcus has got such and such and such and such condition, and Judith's got such and such and such and such, and we give it. But personally, I don't. I know you probably don't either. I don't do those information things, because I think they have enough of our business as it is. Yeah. But it really does open our eyes to the control.
We came now to a borderline where people say, wait, this is all too much. It has to change. I'm not more myself. I don't have my privacy anymore. There are other people, they know more about me than myself. And so I think this shows in general that people, we have all around the world this awakening, that people, they go against the system. They see the governments, they are not more connected with the people. It is like elite and slavery. Basically, we could say, wait a minute, slavery, it has only changed the way how slavery is.
It hasn't prevented it.
Yeah, very sad.
It hasn't. So, do you know, before we finish, I wanted to say, when we look at, you know, us as adults, yes, we have children. When we have children, you know, we make them priority, and we worry about children, and we worry about schooling and everything else. But when Spirit talk about the previous episodes about the distractions, you know, there's a lot of distractions. Those distractions are creating fear, anger, hatred. It's uprising around the world. They're protesting, and that's designing, and we're creating. As adults, we're still being controlled. Look at our world right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Well, dear audience, think about it, about the words from the spirits and our conclusion. Well, I hope I see you all again to episode 7 of Prophetic News.
Yes.
Okay. Have a good time. Take care and see you soon. Bye.
Take care. Bye.